So 5 things that we wish that we would have known before moving out here to Phoenix, Arizona. We've been here for almost 2 years now, so we definitely have some things that we wish we would have known.
Yeah, I agree. There are some things that, you don't know what you don't know. And now that we've been out here, there are 5 things we wish we would have known.
1, don't move in June or July. Just don't do it.
Good call.
It's really hot in June and July, and trying to, unpack boxes and figure out the new schedule with like him going back and forth to work, me getting the kids enrolled in school. It was hot.
Yeah.
And honestly, that's not the time to be outside.
Yeah. We got a little lucky. We moved at the end of May, so it was just transitioning. So we had moved in, but we were still moving in. When you move your stuff in, you still got all those little spare things you got to move around. And once June 1st hit, like the sun was up, and it was up for a long time.
Yeah.
And when it's hot, you're moving a lot less, right? But when you got to move, and we're sweating and stuff like that. Those are just good things to know that,
Yes, but the guy who came and turned on our gas, he gave us the best tip. He had told us that he's like, you have beautiful windows in the home, but during the day, keep them closed, set your air to a certain temperature, then just live in a dark house, basically, without the natural sunlight.
So dark. No.
But it really helped because during the day, as me and the kids were here hanging out, we weren't like sweating because it was so hot with the windows open and the sun just coming in.
Yeah, just know how to adjust when it's hot. I mean, we've all been in hot locations, whether it's Vegas or somewhere else in this country. But when it gets hot, and knowing how to adjust around that is good.
And those months of being hot are disrespectful. It's like a disrespectful heat. It like literally messes with you.
She's not trying to scare you away. She's trying to bring you here. I promise. Okay?
But those are just the only 2 months, like 2-3 months.
Yeah, it's not bad.
But
it isn't bad.
you'll survive.
But it is real. It is real. Absolutely.
Is real. It's not a lie.
Don't move in June or July.
Make sure you stay for the last tip. The last tip with the 5 things that we wish we'd have known is the best one.
Yes. The second one is going to be one that I think that is really important because that comes along with the heat. One of the things that we moved out here for was community. And I think that my wife, she went and looked ahead at all the communities that were available to move. Estancia, where we're at now, was one of them. And one of the things she liked was that we had a pool.
That we had a pool in the community.
Yep. And that's our second thing we wish we would have known. That we wish we'd known that we would have loved to have a pool even in our backyard, right? To have a pool even closer. In the community, it's great because it has, you don't have to take care of it. You got a pool. It's such an ease of use with going to it, which is great.
But there's also some homes that don't have a pool and they don't have a community pool. Yes. To where maybe they have to pay for one of the gym's pool, like Lifetime has a pool there, pool with a slide and everything. Yeah.
But for me, I was telling her earlier, just the act of having to pack all the kids' toys and everything up and take them to the van and go. And it's just down the street. It's not far. It's convenient. It'd be great to have it in our backyard. Whether it's a pool or a spool, which is a spa and a pool kind of combined. It's just an area to keep yourself cool.
Yes.
There's no.
And I'd say more of a spool. Like if you had your choice on picking a home, I would say a spool if you have young children.
Yeah.
Because we moved out here with our kids being 4 and 6.
Yeah.
So they were still learning swimming. So when we first moved here, I was persistent on putting them into swim classes.
Yeah.
And visiting the pool as much as possible so that they can become comfortable with swimming.
Yeah.
So if we had a pool in our backyard and having small children, I feel like that would have been a little bit more nerve-wracking because I would have been like, these kids need to learn how to swim before I can feel comfortable with just leaving them in the backyard or just mind of...
sense of mind.
Sense of mind.
Peace of mind.
Peace of mind.
Yeah. So the caveat is, know where your kids are at and their swimming abilities, if they can swim. I mean, it's something you might look at getting a bigger pool. If not, maybe something smaller, but just a body of water that's close to you that you guys can cool down in would be great to do.
Yes.
Yeah. Number 3.
3, be mindful of your vehicle and the maintenance that Arizona requires.
Yeah, this is the big one right here, and I learned that pretty quickly. You know, Arizona is a great state, but there's also a lot of, you know, obviously there's dirt because we're desert, but there's dirt, and then there's a lot of just kind of wear and tear that your vehicle will take from stuff that's on the road, or
And
you know,
your tires,
your
because the
tires.
streets are always hot.
It's a lot more, exactly. Streets are hot, so they're warming up quicker. They're softer, you know, which will allow nails or other things that could puncture the tire a little bit easier. So that is something that we weren't quite aware of, but we did find that out. You know,
and we adjusted well.
Yeah.
And like
my job requires a lot more driving, so I learned that through my driving, and there's quite a bit of drive time in between my hospitals that I go to. And so that we have seen the wear and tear that applies, but now that we know it, we know to adjust with it. And one of those adjustments is get your vehicles checked regularly. You know, do your regular maintenance of tire rotations and changes. Make sure air pressure is right.
And the fact that it's an Arizona maintenance person, someone who is used, like the company that we take the car with, they're natives here. So they kind of knew how to maintain our car because of, they know Arizona's heat, they know the wear and tear, windshields. We had to get mine replaced because a rock had hit it. And there's a lot more dirt roads out here.
Now, it's not bad. It's not terrible in any sense, but that's something to kind of be aware about. That, you know, when you're driving behind a truck, that's, you know, there's a lot of rock quarries, right? So if they're driving a truck that just got a load on a rock quarry, you know, some of those rocks are going to be kicking up from that car. So know where you're at on the road. Know that it's possible. When the heat's up, the road gets hotter. When it gets hotter, the tires tend to leak air a little bit quicker. So you know they're constantly got air checks at these different shops that you can get your air checked or tires checked and get air in it. It's just helpful. Know that we're telling you that something we didn't know, and now you do know.
Yeah. If this is your first time here, my name is Brittaney Badger, a licensed realtor with AZ and Associates right here in the city of Phoenix, Arizona. If you're even thinking about moving to Phoenix, Arizona, or somewhere within the area, make sure you reach out. Call, text, email, however you want to get a hold of me, make sure you do.
Get a hold of me, and I'll get a hold of her.
This is my husband, Andrew Badger, and we have been living here for about a couple years now, and we absolutely love it. So if you want to know everything about eating, sleeping, living in the city of Phoenix, Arizona, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell so that every time a new video comes out, you are notified, and comment, reach out if you have any questions.
Okay, guys. Number 4. This is the big one. Speak to a realtor before you actually move.
Yeah.
The reason why for that is you don't know what you don't know, right? You don't know if you have the ability to buy if you're going somewhere.
The market out here is very different from another state. Like, we came from California. I was a realtor out in California, and now I'm a realtor here in Arizona, but that it's very simple to purchase out here. That there are many homes, there's many great homes, especially if you're a family looking for a nice, safe, friendly neighborhood. They are here.
You know, every area has a different way of what you're looking for.
Yes.
But who better to know than the realtor or someone who's from the area, right?
So just call a realtor, let them know how much you are thinking that you would like to spend for a mortgage monthly or a monthly rent. And then from there, speak to a lender to see what you qualify for. Then make your decision on if you want to purchase or if you want to rent.
It's a perfect thing. And guys, you know, don't just necessarily go into the situation saying I'm just going to rent, because sometimes you might find a investment property, and that's what you're paying your mortgage / rent for. And it might be a year or two. You're paying your mortgage. I hear that fly. You're paying your mortgage, and then now you have a rental property that you have available. You've got an investment property for financial independence for the future. So that's something that to keep in mind.
Yeah, definitely. That some of these rents out here, it's as much as a mortgage. So It's just better to purchase. Okay, next.
It's not a place word. Okay, guys, we're at the last one. This is the one I'm glad you guys stayed for. Number 5.
There is a sense of urgency to moving. That if you're even thinking about that you would like to relocate to Arizona, then do. I know that coming from California, him and I both were raised in California. California does have its perks. However, being married, having a young family, Arizona has done so much for us that California couldn't. Can I say that? Am I allowed to say that?
What she's saying is we said it earlier, you don't know what you don't know.
Yes.
Right? For us, we didn't realize how much peace we were going to have when moving to Arizona. You know, we were so conditioned to certain things that we believe, you know, California just was. Gas, price of living, traffic. There are things that, you know, and when you're living there, a lot of times you don't even realize it until you're in it, or when you're in it.
But the moment you get out of it,
you realize,
oh my gosh,
you realize
I had no idea
how chaotic it was. You know, we still go back and visit, and the minute we cross state lines, we hit traffic.
We feel the difference.
We feel the stress, and we feel the you know, the anxiety. And there's something to that. You know, I believe it's putting years on our life being out here because we have a sense of peace that has been, you know, established from us taking that step in this direction.
And the cost of living. It's no secret that California is super expensive. And Arizona, it still is, I mean, things still cost. Yeah. However, the cost of living is better, our quality of life.
Taxes. So many different things that are different.
We're definitely able to afford a lot more here than we were in California.
Yeah. And that's to speak nothing about California because we love it. That's still our home.
We do. California does have its perks.
It has its perks, you know.
Especially when you're young, single, looking for a spouse.
Yeah. Which is also here in Phoenix downtown.
Yeah, it's here too.
But yeah, sense of urgency, guys. Know what you're going into. And that's why she said earlier, which was that number 4, speak to a realtor. They'll be able to help you understand what you didn't know from where you were currently at. And what's great about Brittany is we have that experience of multi-state, right? So you may not be from California, but we do have that understanding of what California is. You may not be from Atlanta, but we've had many clients who work from Atlanta that we know what that's like. Also Texas, XYZ, okay? Vegas. We've seen a lot.
At the end of the day, follow your peace. That whatever is lined up for you, if you have a job offer in Arizona, if you have family in Arizona, if you like the schools in Arizona, if you like the opportunity in Arizona, make the move. Yeah. It's better to do it sooner than later.
Yep.
Again, my name is Brittaney Badger, a realtor right here in the city of Phoenix, Arizona. Reach out if you do want to relocate out here.
Is that a fly?
Bye.
Bye.